so much fun.
God, Emily.
Welcome to Zero Hit Points, everybody.
Oh God.
I'm Ryan Miller.
God damn it! I knew it. I knew it. Fuck.
Sunday, September 4th.
Really? At least
I made him put his clothes back on. It's Matt Amberg.
At least I said fuck.
It's Adam Parkin, you may remember from other such shows. And the guests don't get any specialer. It's Ian Block.
Hello.
And Sean Armstrong.
Oh.
Whose music you just heard.
Yeah. But Ian Block, you've never heard of.
Yep.
Well,
I don't
may
exist.
have. Those in the art community know.
They do. Seattle artists are aware. They're funky.
No one in the art community knows.
I know.
Hey, that's where we
That's what I
live.
said.
Me? What am I doing? I was
One
doing-
meeting that.
I was slating him.
Oh.
I like to slate him regularly.
Yeah.
It's a slatey situation.
Hey, download this app. This is cool for things.
Okay, I realize.
Shameless plug.
By the way, I realize all this is happening. We're doing a podcast and all that, but I am currently in a conversation with his wife, trying to keep him here, and so we may have a break here and there.
So move it along, or
No, not at all. We got to just take a 5 second. I sent her.
no.
I sent her
Keep
a
playing to
picture.
the camera. You're doing great so far.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I sent her this photo. I'm going to show you guys.
beautiful.
Are you gonna put
You
that
can't see it, I'm sure.
Put that on the screen. Superimpose it.
And Amy currently Pandamelia says is that his pleading look? Because I think he can do better. So I need you to look at the camera a little bit more and
Which
then
camera?
look back that one and then look back at me. So I need you to this is one of those things. Put in the effort, Sean,
Camera
because
one.
if you
Camera
want to
two?
stay here and be part of this, you're gonna do it. And I just hit the table and it's probably gonna ruin that.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, it was bad.
You did. It was ruined.
This is already
Okay,
bad.
plead to the camera and then plead to me.
Time for Muppet Frown.
Oh
That
God,
was good. No, I think that was good enough.
Jesus. That's not pleading, that's horrifying.
To the camera. They're
Yeah.
gonna miss out because
No.
they just.
You just missed out.
No, it's what you don't see.
It's probably me.
Yeah, show don't tell.
Please.
Or
Opposite.
All right,
show.
Joe.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
She'll find it
You know
funny,
what? I'm
right?
glad everybody's here because
Are you?
I
I kind of guessed you're not.
because we had planned an intervention already.
Thank you.
One of us here at the table doesn't like the new Doom game.
It's now and you know what?
Oh, so it's you.
See, look, way to fuck up the surprise. Just ruins the surprise. It's like, whoa, it's me, and oh, it's you. It just you had the build up, and then they ruined it.
Is this your first
No.
intervention, Ryan?
No one told me to write a letter.
Not mine.
And that was our first mistake. Yeah, if you could start. Thank you.
I sent if you we have episodes where we talk about Doom. We enjoy Doom quite a bit. Have you
Those were
guys
good
played
episodes.
the new Doom? Have you
No,
played
I
the
have
new-
not. I've only.
I have it in my backpack. I
Okay,
haven't played it
that's
yet.
Wow.
that's good enough. Oh, you
Yeah.
brought it for us.
I did, yeah.
Good.
So I
It
brought.
was
I
something
brought.
that was supposed to be mailed to me and then just became hand delivered instead.
Well,
It-
see,
yeah.
that's
how
that's-
much sweeter is that, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
really, you've had the game
Possibly.
since
Hey.
day one, but it's been sitting in some asshole's car trunk. The whole time.
I'm.
No, guest room.
Yeah.
Oh, guest room.
Technically
Technically a
living room.
shoebox for a while.
No, it was actually
You-
sitting in
what?
my living room. It never
Well,
migrated.
see, that's where you and me differ. I mailed the game to Mr. Adam Parkin here across borders.
Yeah, which, by the way, congratulations. I just want to shake your hand. 0 hand points.
Why?
Because you
For
should.
mailing in the game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
I'm very excited. About it. How did that go? Wait,
wait,
before
no,
we
no,
talk about the
wait.
game, let's talk a little bit more about the shipping
Please,
process.
yes, before we talk about anything.
Yeah.
We showed up at the hotel room. Adam
denied.
very gingerly says, "Oh, and here's your game." And I said, "Oh, that's
And it was Ginger.
no, it's flowing red hair." Hands it to me and says, "Oh, here's your game." And I said, "Well, that's a short period in which to finish the so far
A pretty
game
hefty.
of the year for me."
Yeah, and that's a pretty.
Dude.
I know it's a pretty hefty. Single
I'm not
player.
even joking.
Oh, so I need to
That's
play-
Still
okay,
at the
so I
top
need to
of the
Setting the
list.
tone a little bit.
No, like we've talked about this, and
I
I've
know.
actually I agree with him from a single player perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, my game of the year first person shooter. Like
He's got
100%.
some contenders though. For me, like
Well, okay.
I bet
Overwatch.
Yeah, I was gonna
Overwatch
say.
is probably like those are battling, but if I'm splitting them up and saying if I have to do first person shooters, yeah,
gotta be-
it's definitely that.
You've got to be objective.
Right, but if I have to be objective about it, as a first person shoot, Doom is just the best single player experience first person shooter I've had in a while. Like probably a while.
So Adam says,
What does Adam says? Let's hear.
I didn't
How
like it.
He doesn't.
Or,
I don't need to say anything. He's saying it
or
all.
something about that. Well, see now what you need to say. This is an intervention. What went wrong? Why don't you enjoy the new game? Doom. The new Doom game.
The new Doom game?
0hitpoints.com.
So, okay.
Thank you for
That's
that.
trademark now.
so Doom is my favorite game of all time. Like, number one, top of the list.
The first Doom?
The first Doom. Well,
Like, wow.
Doom 1 and 2 are the
Doom
same
2!
game, right?
Doom 2! What?
They're the same game.
No,
Doom 1 and 2 are the same
No.
game.
No.
They're the
no.
same game.
Okay, well that
Okay,
I'm
so
interested
wait,
in
no,
that discussion.
no,
handle one
I
debate at a
actually,
time.
I want, no, I want to finish this. Let's finish this up, and then I do want to have that discussion like
Finish
right
it up.
after and do an extra.
Okay,
hit points
all right,
for it.
okay,
yeah,
sure,
yeah. No, I do. I'm curious about
So
that. actually.
anyways,
that's
like,
a
so
good discussion.
Huge nostalgia glasses for that game, right? Like, and like when Doom 3 came out, I tried it and I just couldn't get into it. It just didn't feel the same, and it was a much different game.
Are you disagreeing again?
I'm actually listening. I'm not even mocking him. I'm just listening to him. He's a
I would
dick.
probably. I didn't play a ton of Doom 3, but I might be more on your side. I think generally speaking, the people are with
the
you. on
most
The
Doom
consensus
3.
is that
Yeah, yeah.
Doom's freaking
And,
awesome.
and
it's
you,
definitely
you
one of
never
the-
got a chance to play Doom 3, correct?
Specifically,
Okay.
though. I
Yeah,
would
Doom 3
say-
is a much different game.
No, wait, just real quick. Have you ever played the original Doom or Doom 2?
Nope.
Okay,
Were you,
no, that's
let's
fair.
take this
He's
back.
also
Let's take. Were you born
yes.
yet?
When did Doom come out? Wait.
94.
That's the year I was born.
Yeah. So that explains
Wow.
why.
Just made it.
So
Just
clearly.
made it.
Yeah.
So you have played it then. That's okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, you lived it. Welcome to my home.
So
Every day I walk in, it's just
I picture. Have we established the years, Dad? Should
We have never established
okay.
that.
In fact,
No,
you
yes.
did not establish
this
that
just-
during
this
the
just
introduction.
started.
Test. Just have we told them?
No. And if we tried to establish it by a paternity test, we find out that
I'll
the
just,
answer is
I'll
no.
just stand
like-
next to him and be like,
And it's,
What?
Yeah, wait, just
Obviously
really
related.
quick. You're, lean in a little bit and just look at it. We don't look a goddamn thing alike.
You're seriously,
I've
you're
actually
like
heard different. from
Ian
people.
Block,
So-
People have
who you
said
don't
I
know,
sort of look like
and the
him.
guy who does
weird,
music.
yeah.
That's it.
That's weird.
You,
I'm into it. Whatever.
man.
Yeah, I'm just Ian Block.
Yeah,
I just picture
You may have heard of him in the art scene.
Yeah. See?
he does cool things with pens.
and then nom de plumes. What's okay? So
Anyway,
Okay.
What's
Queso's involved?
pop the stack.
He and I both heard
always.
cheese.
We left off at Doom 3. We left off.
Okay,
at Doom
yeah,
3.
okay.
Anyway,
Back to Doom 3.
Part of the thing I
Sorry.
didn't like about Doom 3 is it really felt like, at the time, a modern day shooter. And I mean, the original Doom was such a distilled, simplified, bare bones, pure shooter experience, right? And so when I stuck in the new Doom, I started it up, started playing it, and like, you know, you get like the flavor text on the displays and all this extra stuff, and you know, the weapon upgrades and all that extra stuff. And that's not what I want in a Doom game. That's not what I want in a Doom game. So I think if like it had insert any other name other than Doom on the label, I probably would have been into it. But because I was constantly comparing it back to my memories of that original game and like drawing the comparisons and wishing I had that same experience,
It's hard to separate it.
It was hard to separate it. I
You-
just couldn't get
so,
past that.
You know my... Oh, go ahead. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say that actually that's interesting because I haven't played the new Doom yet, and I've been wondering the same thing. So I'm a huge Quake fan. Quake
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the days of
I know
Quake
that.
World when you had like those when GameSpy started up and everything, you had all the server browsers and stuff.
Yeah.
That was like my
Memories.
golden age.
Memories.
of online first-person shooters, and I'm kind of a little worried that the new Quake is not going to be something I want because I won't be able to separate it from the Quake brand. But I
Wait,
need to,
and
I
I
need to be
think
objectively
that's-
like
No,
it's different, it's new, it's got elements
Now,
of what I like.
I am in the exact same boat with Quake. I think Quake Champions,
Quake
to me,
Champions,
perfectly, it like seriously, it looks like garbage. Like it looks from a visual perspective, it looks fine.
Relatively speaking.
Yes, yeah. From a visual, like it doesn't look bad as a video
It
game.
looks like a cool game.
It just doesn't look like the Quake that I'm hoping for,
Yeah.
which kind of makes sense where you're coming from.
Well,
Like I can see that a little
Right.
bit. Yeah.
a little bit maybe, especially because I think you said you were turned off kind of by the RPG elements.
Yeah, a little
or
bit.
whatever. That's fine. Like that's no, that's absolutely fine. You're correct. No,
That's fine. Here comes the retort.
No, I still liked him. I get that
sure.
it's not
Yeah,
a
no,
Doom thing, but I still liked him.
Yeah, and you and I.
In fact, I would say more than has been in other recent shooters.
Yeah.
Like still well done.
Agreed. And I grew up in the same things as you guys. I played Quake. I played Doom. Doom was that was a formidable time in my teen years. I loved Doom. This to me was the natural progression. And I agree with you about Doom 3. It didn't feel right at the time.
Yeah.
But now, so I kind of wonder, are you the right, are you the guy that Randy Pitchford was aiming at when he said, hey, go pre-order our new Duke 3D game that's coming back out? It's the exact Duke 3D that you remember, a little switched up, but we've added a whole bunch of new stuff built on all the same
exact style.
Yeah, all the same tools, all the original tools, all of the same artwork, the same people that originally built it. I know Doom and Duke are different, but would that be if Romero decided and he just recently released some new Doom maps.
Right.
But if Romero came back and Carmack came back and they were like, we're gonna re-release Doom for the 70th anniversary because it's been around for 900 years. And they didn't do anything different with it. They didn't upgrade. It was not an HD remake, but they added a new map to it, and they added a new level and multiple levels, whatever. That's something that you would be I'm totally sucked into that. Right? Okay, I get that. I totally see that. That's fair.
Yeah, that would still be cool. I think where I completely disagree and/or would say you're wrong is it what difficulty level did you play the new Doom on?
So I started off playing on Ultraviolence, which I think
that's where I started.
One of them's locked.
Yeah,
that's
one of them's
the one
locked.
where
That's
as soon as you die,
nightmare.
as soon as you die, you go back.
Yeah,
to
Ultraviolence is definitely where I started away.
No. So the one that's locked is the one where you die, you go back to the beginning.
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
above that, is that Ultraviolence?
Yeah, because
that's the one where you
above is
die,
just Nightmare.
you go back.
Oh, okay,
above that is
So
Ultraviolence.
Nightmare is where I played it.
That's right, yeah. So
And
you went one above that, which
So-
Nightmare
yeah,
is the
yeah.
one. Yeah, okay. So
Yeah, I started off in Ultraviolence because that's what I played the original Doom at.
Right.
Because Nightmare mode in the original Doom was it was a joke, right? It was literally thrown into the
It
game.
was
That must have been
a
Ultraviolence.
nightmare.
Ha! But so I started playing it on Ultraviolence. I went through maybe halfway through the first level, and I was like, I'm not sure about this game. And much like Ryan here, I am an achievement junkie. So I kind of
Why
I don't
am
know.
I getting singled out? Sorry.
So I was like, I don't know if I want to stick with this, and so I quit the game for the night. Started playing it again under my one of my other profiles, just in case I pop an achievement. Because once I pop an achievement, I'm kind of committed to the game and I have to finish it.
Of course, God damn
So-
it.
That is gold.
So when I start playing it again,
There are
Throwaway
so
account.
many, we're just blowing past entire podcasts.
Yeah, there's-
that's fine.
there's-
So what do we
there's
have so far? We have
layers.
Doom versus
Wow.
Quake and versus. Anyways,
so then I played through on it was an easier difficulty, and I kind of roared through the first level. But even then, that first level, that intro level is fairly long. It's probably a half hour you're playing the game before you get to the end of it. It's lengthy. The first level in Doom is
Yeah, it's 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's super fast.
You
Yeah,
can you
fast.
can you
And that was
can
one
you
of the
can
appeals.
legitimately
Exactly.
if you don't kill anybody and you just want to run straight, you can probably do it in 15.
Totally.
Maybe actually I'm sure that the top speed is less than
Yeah,
that.
there's the part
I'm
times,
sure
right?
there's a speedrunner.
Yeah.
So I just got to the end of it and I was like, not what I was looking for. And
So-
so I just
Okay, so I guess my question is, what did it do? Taking away the RPG aspects, which I can understand why that's a frustration and just an annoyance. It's not when I play Doom. I can get that. I don't want to upgrade anything. Just I'm Doom. Give me all the guns and let me kill
it's
stuff.
run and gun kill shit.
Sure. Okay, removing that aspect because that's kind of inherent in every game now, right? What is it that stood out that just didn't? Was it the length of that first level? Did that bother
Part
you?
of it. It felt.
How? I'm sorry.
Well, this is
let me rewind. Wait. 1 second. How far did you actually get before you stopped? What was that? Was it just that first level?
The first time, when I was playing, I got maybe halfway through
In
the first
toto.
level.
On
In
hard
toto.
In total, the second time I got through the entire first level. Got
And
to
that's
the
where
end
you
screen.
stopped. You were
And
just
that's
like,
where I
this is
stopped.
not
Yeah,
good. This is not
this
for
is
me.
just not
Okay.
really
Well,
for
because
me.
he was on easy difficulty. That's why I'm asking. Because
Yeah.
I feel like, and you can say this is a failing of the game, maybe.
Sure.
But where
Yeah.
that game shines, where for me it is the perfect update of the Doom you love, is where it's so hard that, and there's no every other shooter you're hiding behind a wall. You know, every other Halo
Right.
you're hiding behind a wall. You can't do that in Doom or
At all.
Or
Really.
if you do, you're completely missing the point.
Well,
and I think the same point is missed when you get the difficulty down, which again could be. Maybe the game fails like that.
So you're telling me that because like when I think classic Doom, like one of the appeals was like the quickness of it, and you had this fluid foot dance where you constantly were strafing and moving.
And that is exactly
the new Doom.
that is how we played it.
You had
both
to
of
kite.
us.
I mean, you had to kite monsters like around some of the
Constantly
Yeah,
moving,
absolutely.
Constantly strafing, except
And-
now you're going.
and,
always
and,
moving.
and so what I think maybe, and it, you know, I understand it. If that first level you're just like that bothered by it and you just can't, that's fine. But I think further on into the game, it gets more into what you're looking for.
It
You
probably
just
does.
need, and there are specific parts in the game that I think back to when I played it, and I was like, and that was, oh my god, this is Doom 2, and it just looks amazing, and it's way better looking. And in particular, I don't remember where. I feel like maybe you're in hell at that point already. You were in hell level 1, but there's the
Hell
bit
right now.
there's the bit where you've got the matron demons that can spawn others.
Right.
And there's 2 of them that pop up, and there's just they throw every demon at you outside of like the Kako demons and some bigger.
It's amazing,
and you have to
man.
bounce around. You have to like
need
move
to get
around.
back into, because
and
this is exactly what you're looking
You-
for.
you-
It has to be because it's so good.
there's and this is just one spot. It's just the one that I always remember because I spent so much time not understanding why I couldn't pass it. Like it was one little section.
Like every room is a puzzle. Like that's why.
And
Because you need to
it's-
figure out and it's a moving puzzle that's in different spots every time.
Yeah, and-
Because it's how you kill the enemies and like what.
And I can almost see, like, I can almost agree with you that first level, maybe not the best intro to somebody who is expecting Doom. I can concede that a little bit. Right. It wasn't the fastest thing in the world. It wasn't the most like demon filled bit. You do have to go a little bit further, but I get why. Like you get it's that first impression, right? Like you get a first impression, and it's if it's bad, you're done. You just don't want to have it involved. Games, I don't know, man. Sometimes you just have to push through a little bit further. Maybe
Sure, and that's fair.
like there are how many? I don't remember how many levels. I want to say 10, 12.
in total?
Yeah, I would say
12 sounds about right.
Yeah, it's about right. I'm not saying go halfway. That's a lot of effort, especially for a game you don't like. But maybe play about 2 more levels in. Get to the 3rd level and see if you still really feel that
but
way.
see, that's just it.
No,
It's
but I'm actually asking you to take it back with you.
No,
Try
that
it
comes
for
at the
a
end
little
of the
bit.
intervention.
No, it doesn't. I'm asking now because look, okay, we're doing an intervention, and here's the deal.
Ready to go.
Here's the
deal.
deal.
The counselor is waiting outside the door. We give him the game and say, "Will you take this home with you?"
Get the song
There's
queued
a
up.
man.
Get the goddamn
turn
awful
the camera
acoustic
at the TV
song
screen, put the
queued up.
disc in, hand me the controller right now. Like
Also,
play.
No, okay. Well, why did you switch difficulty level? Why did you switch
Your
difficulty?
lack of addiction impacts me in these following ways.
We need you to be more addicted.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to say. Please.
Yeah, okay. So Ryan's question is actually kind of where I was eventually
Why
going
did
to
I
get
change the
to.
difficulty?
Eventually, I didn't
Well,
think you were ever going to get there.
Thank
I
you.
don't know. Like I was just, so I was playing the first time.
Were you dying?
I died a few times.
Okay. Did you get upset? Was it too difficult? So you wanted to?
It didn't.
Did you
I didn't get
QQ?
upset in the sense of being like frustrated. Oh fuck! I died. Like throw the controller kind of
Right,
thing. But it was more like
Canadian,
I
you're
died.
You're like, I'm sorry, and you put it down.
I'm sorry.
And then
Oh,
you went
that
out.
sucks, eh?
You went out and bought some Timmy's and a coffee, and you were like, "Hey,
Let's get back together, eh?
Made some pasta.
Well, okay, so to some degree, it sounds like you did
We're
just
sorry,
want
Canada.
something that was a little bit easier. Maybe go back to the other difficulty.
Okay,
and
now-
try and play it like the first Doom, like
Now-
because the first Doom's the same way. Like you
see,
played
like-
on the hard difficulty. If you're not moving, you're dead.
And I was moving though, but that's just it. Like
Not moving enough.
Well, sure, but
Move right now.
Always move.
There we go. See,
And look, you're alive. He's living.
Maybe,
Look
hey,
at
you know,
proof.
in
We
all
win.
fairness,
You
though,
guys are great
maybe it's
interventions.
other first-person shooters with cover systems that have just made you soft.
Oh, Gears of War.
I think there's something there's something to that in the sense of I think time has changed my tastes, right?
What? Are you getting
I
older
played
and
the-
deciding that
people-
things that you may have liked before are different now?
Exactly.
Don't change.
I don't like how this is going.
So wait,
He's changing.
So wait, your taste
Shouldn't have tried
changed,
an
but you're
intervention.
saying you want
I
what you wanted
agree.
before.
That's
But,
Well,
it,
no,
but,
it
but like-
all
but so
around.
he doesn't like what he wanted before because the taste has changed. This is just
see
like
how lost you are.
dog
You don't
eating
even-
its own tail. I mean,
Let me guess. You hate Star Wars too.
People don't like people.
I never
who
said
are
I loved
distinguished.
Star
Yeah, I don't
Wars.
think
You
you-
monster. You said you hated.
Okay, so
No,
so
Star Trek.
I don't. And I never said I hated Star Trek.
okay.
this is a beautiful Doomcast. I'm thankful.
Yeah,
to all
wow.
be here for you. Honestly, that was some super cool discussion. Maybe we'll just run through
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick
go
what we
through.
did for PAX today.
hey, you have editing, right? Just
No.
Let a bunch of it fall on the floor.
Nope.
Oh.
No editing.
Hey, you guys weren't at PAX.
Nope.
Correct.
But
So
feel
shut up for a few
feel free
minutes.
to chime in at any time. Still, if
Sure.
I don't end up talking to you or asking you about some, that's why. It doesn't mean we're all friends here.
No, well,
Pay attention.
Is there going to be a quiz?
Hang on.
Yeah,
every word.
no, there will definitely be.
Got it.
and he's got the materials.
It'll
to
be
take
mostly
notes.
about Doom.
God,
again,
I
so.
haven't taken a test.
I have here the first thing we did was
Get
Recore.
smarter.
I don't remember now if that was even correct.
That was correct.
Was that correct? Okay.
That is correct.
You guys
We did-
stood in line forever for
We-
record.
We did stand
It was
line.
longer than we thought it would be. Well, so yesterday we went to stand in line, and the dude at the end was like, "Oh, like 2 hours." We're like, "Oh, that's done." Today we went, and the girl's like, "Oh, like an hour." We're like, "Oh, that girl said
That's
a better
actually pretty
thing."
cool. Yeah, it's a better thing. And that was exactly our response. We were like, "Well, that makes
That's a
sense."
better
And we were
thing.
further back than where the guy said to.
You
Okay.
did it.
He was a liar.
So
He
2 hours
was
later,
not a liar. She was probably misinformed. is my guess.
That's her
Oh my
full
God,
name?
really?
just being
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
That was her enforcer name.
Misinformed.
And she was wonderful. She was actually very great. I don't get
I see
it.
where you get it now from.
Who invited him?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just gotta wander in places. Who are you?
So
that's how artists
yeah,
work.
that's
hey,
it's an art
artist's
thing.
trick, if you will.
Yeah.
So 2 hours later,
Illusion.
we end up playing Recore. Well, I played Recore. You watched me play Recore.
I did watch you play Recore.
I'm gonna get that game.
Wait, you didn't even get to play?
No, okay, so here, the
It was
reason
a
why-
voting
wait, wait,
system,
wait,
yeah.
This was a lot of moral
watch.
support.
Yeah.
Brian, play.
I
Whispering
rubbed
in
his
one ear.
I rubbed his shoulders and I
Oh.
no
Brought
lower
me
back?
some
Did you get the lower
antacids while I
back?
waited in line the other day.
that's actually true. I
I
did.
didn't know he wasn't gonna go to the thing.
I didn't actually even go to the
I was
panel.
like, hey, if you're on your way, stop by the hotel
And I
bring
just-
me some Tums because
yeah.
I had some
Aw.
Acid
flaming
reflux.
Acid, it's real
Aw.
bad.
Yeah,
It's like,
I'm
here
glad
you go,
we're
and he
talking
walks
about
in,
that.
like,
That's
you're
great.
not coming to. It was like if you were on your way. It's like no. And then he just kind of faded into the light.
As I tend
As
to
he
do.
does.
Yeah, no, so I didn't play Recore. Good. God damn it.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Professionalism.
That's
no,
cool.
hey,
you
yes.
know that whole.
You come
Do you not do you know how being a guest on a podcast works? It means put your shit away.
He makes music, Matt.
Does he?
Yeah, let's.
I don't
Don't
know.
be
We'll
rude.
teach him how audio works after the show.
Shut up. Shut up, Drawy.
God.
He's about as smart as a drummer.
Matt did not play Recore.
I didn't play Record because I stood in line and when the line came up to where we could go in, it cut off at me.
Oh.
And I didn't want to stand in line and wait and then have him wait. So I just went in and watched because I can still get the general idea
Yeah.
of what the game is while he's playing it. I don't need to have hands on.
I really liked that game.
Which okay, and interestingly enough, I didn't play it, but as I was watching it, I did not like what I was watching. No, and it's not because you kept dying.
He's like, no.
And it's not because you kept dying, and the loading screens were a little long
The
for a
loading
demo.
screens were
But it was
long,
a
but
demo. It's a demo.
That's
So
kind
yeah,
of par for the course,
yeah,
so.
not the demo. That's a non-issue. That did not look fun to me. Like that legitimately. I watched that game, and so I relayed this actually to Adam earlier. One of the functions of the game is kind of Ikaruga-esque,
Yeah.
where you
You hated
Enemies
that
and I
game.
different
did
colors.
not love Ikaruga.
Yeah,
It's
I remember
God.
that.
and it's
I love
but it's
Ikaruga.
4 different colors, and it's not only 4 different
Oh,
colors. It's
no.
you have 3 at this point in the game. You were 4 hours in.
Yeah, they
so
start
you
in the
had
middle, which that game can't be too much longer than 8 hours.
so you have at this point at 4 hours in, you have 3 of the 4 robots that you
2,
can
I
use.
think.
No, you had 3.
Okay.
You only used.
I had a issue.
You forgot. So you had 3 of the 4 robots that were available. One of the functions of the game is that your robot has health. It can't die, but it can be like removed from the game, and
Runs
then you
out of energy or
and then
battery
you
or
can
something.
bring in another. But you have to. It looked like to me because he didn't do it, and he lost his robot at one point, and I kept looking for it. And it was not there,
And you
I
get to
realized
switch
you
with
had.
left bumper
If the thing dies, you have to actually call it in.
and
okay.
switch to another one.
Right, and that's fine. But the way the game played, there was so much garbage on the screen for me. Like, and I shouldn't say garbage. There was just a lot of stuff happening on the screen. It was not like that was not something that I wanted to engage in at all.
Well, so that's what's weird. Like there was a ton going on. Like that was number one. That was what hit me. Like you're switching colors. The robots aren't color dependent. They're just
not at all.
Stick them on the guys and they'll kill them.
Yeah.
Or switching colors depending on what enemies are on the screen. Left bumper does something that's to
left
switch
bumper
out
is
your
what brings in the
robots.
changes the
Y
robot.
makes your robots attack. Like every button does something. Like it's very. Like I didn't get very far in Ikaruga at all because Ikaruga was almost prohibitively difficult for me.
Right, and no, and I think in general it was, and the only the correlation was the color switch thing. That was
that was
why.
Well, okay, I guess I don't know enough about Ikaruga, but this felt graspable, I guess.
Sure,
so the thing about Ikaruga is right. It's formulaic. It's the same script. It's the same scene. It's the same level every time, right? So you learn the intricacies of the level and where to go and the best path to take, and you know when to switch,
like a
right? Because you
almost,
just play it, and it's iterative, right? You play it time and time again.
So I never
get really good.
I actually never got that.
And I basically have muscle memory almost.
And I never got that out of it, and it's probably because I played it enough to go, this is not enjoyable to me, but I didn't play it enough to realize that that it was all the same thing, that I needed to recognize that.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting that. I guess there's a point, where games came where I stopped thinking about knowing that I had to remember exactly how every map worked, and that was probably 2003.
Yeah.
So I
that sounds like this to me though.
It does.
Broken out into 3D.
It totally does.
That's what I was going to ask.
It totally does.
I wonder if the levels are the same every single time, so that it's kind
of
like you learn the strategy, and once you know it, you know it.
Yeah, it's still an adventure game. Well, there's variants in so much that I guess some of the enemies are stationary, but some of them move around the maps also. So I mean, there's probably a little bit more give and take because, like I said, you're kind of breaking out into 3D, so that's there. But it felt, I mean, that's also, I guess, Inafune's thing, really, if you think about it.
Sure, difficulty. This is.
Well, difficulty, but also iterative difficulty like that. Think
about
Mega Man going to the different bosses.
Yes, 100%.
Great example.
You're supposed to die over and over. So
and knowing that and making that connection, we both had that same question. What was Inafune's role in this? And this now is kind of making it sound like maybe this aspect of it, this is what he brought to that table.
It feels like something he'd bring to it. I mean, it is still an adventure game. Like, it reminded me a lot of Odyssey
Cameo?
to the West.
Oh.
Or Cameo, yeah, something like that.
I actually like Cameo.
Yeah, sure.
I know people gave it a dump on it.
That's the game, but...
That was pretty good.
That's a pretty good game. It was a solid game.
Yeah. Is that the name of it? Odyssey?
Cameo?
No.
Oh, Abe's Odyssey. Are you talking about that?
No. You were like a monkey dude.
Like an Odyssey.
You're a monkey dude.
Ninja Theory?
Oh.
Your name is Monkey.
Yeah, I know what game
it's based on Journey to the West.
Enslaved.
Yeah.
Yes, which I freaking love.
Yeah. That was
well done, everybody.
Go team.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna. It's.
Tell me more about
still
Enslaved.
$40, and I'm still gonna. I'm buy it.
This is a game.
Yeah.
This is a game that I'm definitely gonna wait a little bit on and hear what you actually have to say about it.
And then I'll mail it to you.
And then no. At least it won't be. You've only done that with like 2 games, and one of them I returned to you. The other one I still haven't played, but I want to because it's Puyo Puyo
That
Tetris.
doesn't mean I'm not gonna mail it to you. I'm just saying you wait long enough, then I'm just, and it's
Eventually it'll just show
I'm just
up.
gonna mail it to you. Yeah,
No. But that's a game where I will most likely wait because this is one where I'm not, my mind's not dead set on it. It's just what I saw today, which was a very, very minute part of that game. It may the intro to that game, those first couple levels, may make that more palatable to me to build into where you are at.
Hoping, yeah.
And
I'm hoping there's a bit of
that's what I'm hoping too, because
they're better. I can't imagine there would be.
The one thing that I did like about the game was I love the main character. I love her look. I love the look of the robots, and I think the art and the aesthetic of the game in general is just really nice.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what you were saying. You didn't like.
No.
Looking at it.
No, that was fine.
Oh, okay.
What I didn't like was just how much crap was on screen at one time. But you were 4 hours in, and that may be a problem for me. Like,
gotcha.
I don't know what that.
It was an interesting decision, but I see why they did it, and it kind of worked.
Yeah,
out. Like,
totally. It gives you an action adventure. You got to see what the adventure and action part of that game is.
Yeah.
You got to see what the fighting style, which is everyone's number one question: how do the guns handle? How do the robots?
As far as that goes, I would say it's super solid too. Like they didn't.
Was that
nothing
tight?
crashed. It wasn't framey. Like
No, nothing crashed except for the
everything's
sound.
locked on. What was that?
What? Nothing. Nothing
Did it
crashed.
crash?
The sound.
Oh, you're right. But that was obviously the
Yes.
the connection of the.
But it was just one more thing that you touched that broke.
That's true. Yeah. No, something's got to break on the demo.
Every
Yeah,
time you
every
touch a
time,
demo,
yeah.
it breaks.
So after that, we ended up at the documentary panel about video game documentaries.
Yeah.
Which was fine.
It was all right. One of the guys that was there, he did a doc that you guys actually should check out. I think it's kind of cool. It was called Nintendo Quest. I talked about it on the cast a little bit. It's got a cool through line. It's a cool tale that the guy did. And one of the things I talked about on the podcast that bothered me about it was they gave themselves all these artificial limitations. Like, you can't use the internet. You can only use your budget. You can't do this and that. And at the time, when I watched it, I was engrossed in what I was watching, but that bothered me. Like, why are you putting these artificial limitations? That's just stupid. Like, and the whole goal of the movie was this guy had a friend who collected Nintendo games, and he'd always wanted to get the whole collection. He was like, all right, well, I dare you. Let's do it. I'm going to tape it. And so it's this guy, they're doing a cross-country trip to get as many of the games as he can.
Sounds good.
Including like the really like those really hard ones, you know, like those ones that don't exist anywhere.
So they didn't actually talk about
They
that
didn't, and
too
that
much,
was not the focus, but the guy that made the movie was there,
Okay.
and that was interesting to me. What wasn't interesting to me was his follow-up.
Yeah, and I mean,
It was a little
he
disappointing.
said a lot of cool things. Like I agree with pretty much everything he said. There was a bit on education, but
Right, and
they're basically
and actually,
there to talk about
we
creating
should-
movies and creating video game documentaries.
I think we should touch on that. Actually, I think that's a worthwhile piece to talk about for that specific panel.
Anyways, sure, no, yeah, but that there was, to finish that thought, that he
Right.
also had a new movie coming out about video game box art. And after the stuff he said during the panel, which was very cool,
Yeah,
and very
really cool.
informative and very deep about box art, like people don't know this is important, and the people behind it, sometimes the artists don't even remember that they did it because they were commissioned or they were hired through an agency. Or that sounds super interesting.
Yeah,
And I believe you
absolutely.
can pull something really meaningful from that. So he showed like a clip though from it at the end, and it was like Jay Leno, Man on the Street.
It
Like,
was.
I don't know who the dude was, but he was like, "Look at this box art."
It was-
So we're like, what about this Mega Man box
Yeah,
art? It doesn't look like Mega Man, does it?
They literally
And then,
walked
like-
through the crowd at E3 or like a line at E3
Yeah.
and held up a phone and said, "Tell me how you feel about this. Here's the Mega Man box art."
No, I
Like-
believe the direct quote was, "You're going to tell me all your feelings and stuff about like
Yeah,
that and everything."
and it's like
That's
like-
verbatim. That's it.
no. That's actually really, he did mention feelings specifically, like
and,
how
and
you,
stuff.
And everything.
no, and
Yeah.
no. You guys are mocking,
Or whatever.
If you ever watch it,
No,
he's almost right on.
yeah, which
Yeah.
sounds
Were you in
That's
it?
pretty close.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
he was the interviewee.
Wait, I mean,
that's why he's really down on it.
not to knock on that. I mean, that
No,
could
the-
be entertaining, and the dude
Yeah.
was earnest, I believe, but it wasn't what he sold, and I don't think it was half as valuable as what he was talking about.
No.
but it was. It's probably unfinished, and it was just some footage, and I
Right.
don't know how deep he is.
And no, and he actually specifically did mention that piece was, he didn't know what episode that would go in, if it would go in any, it could be extra
And he's
features,
getting it
whatever.
done. He's out there working. Like,
Yeah.
we're
Absolutely.
Not we have
And,
not made a
and more than any
documentary.
no, and more than anything, the guy he truly clearly loves games. Like, he loves that, and he loves the idea. And I think that what he talked about on the panel was actually what he was aiming for. Whether that's what they end up with, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a great, like, box art, especially for I'm sorry, for our generation.
This
Yeah.
U shape here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Kinda like a
I like
J
excluding the
situation.
artist.
yeah, well, because
the
he
box art.
because funny enough,
Well, I've
he,
never seen box art from the
no,
olden times.
and why would he? Because
That's why we.
It's
need a movie.
basically
that's
like
that's
in,
exactly the
Lost.
point. He
Yeah.
doesn't know. We got to teach him.
It's not like it's in history.
Here's
books.
this
No.
documentary.
But
or
but,
natural history museums.
Look at
So
this
how would I
box
know?
art with the boobs on it.
but I think in general today,
Does that represent the game?
pretty much. Box art is not nearly as important as it used to be. When I was a kid, the commercials for games were minimal. The advertisements for games were,
After the crash, maybe, I guess.
Yeah, well, obviously,
Okay.
like there were commercials,
there-
but there were not a ton of them. If you're gonna sit there and tell me there were like 1,000 commercials for video games, dude, I would love to see it.
But you kind of understate like
Again, after-
those commercials, like the
no,
the ones
those
that
the
existed,
commercials sold.
A lot of them
Dude,
were
are you kidding
insane.
me? Abadox,
ridiculous.
Abadox.
Yeah,
That commercial
all the Nintendo
blew my
commercials,
mind.
all the Sega
but my
commercials.
point is
Sega
that
does.
wasn't.
I guess
that,
that's post crash. Like we're
but
coming back
right,
up after that.
but a lot of that stuff wasn't even like I'd be at Toys R Us, I'd be at a store with a parent for games that were never going to be commercialized, and the box
yeah,
art is
yeah,
what
yeah.
sells you.
The
You're like,
representation
oh
of
my
what-
god,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wizards,
I have to
like,
have
yeah,
this.
yeah, Might
Yeah,
Magic,
yeah, okay,
Wizards
yeah.
and Warriors, like Wizards and
that's what you rented
That's
games
golden
based on.
age.
Yes,
You're going to rent a game,
exactly.
like,
And
oh,
that's
man.
like that's the story I was hoping to hear about. Like why? Like I know why I was attracted to
Man.
Wizards and Warriors.
And-
I know because
and
I
that's
really
the
like
thing you hope they
Fabio,
pull out.
and I want to know
So, like,
why
he has
Fabio.
all of the Fabio
game was
books.
that?
Wizards and Warriors.
Was it Fabio?
Yeah, no,
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if
I
it
know
was,
we get
but
it
it was
for Christmas
based
now.
off of
Yeah, and that's the stuff you hope you pull out. Like he
Yeah.
answered a question,
Oh,
same dude,
specifically
answered
about
the
it.
question
Road
really
Rash.
well because this guy like
Yeah.
Road
got
Rash
up
boxer.
and he had
Oh, Road Rash.
It's a good one. I remember.
Come
that.
on, you're on a motorcycle beating a guy with a chain or a club or whatever.
we're gonna talk about that soon. Actually.
We actually are. Yeah, it's funny.
But a guy asked him. He came
Whole
up with all
Road Rash
these
spectacular
books. He's
coming
like
up.
It's happening.
about
Road
like
Rash
existential things and
Yeah.
all these really deep things about things. And was like, when is somebody gonna make a movie on this? And the same guy answered. He's like, well, that's kind of what we're doing. Like that's at the core of what we do. Even if it's not, the movie isn't singularly about in your face. Like I can't even repeat
About
the title of the book. but it was like-
Ostensibly, all the books the dude brought up in the question were these
just like-
deep
Yeah,
philosophical ideas about how games could impact humans. How, like, one of them in particular was finding God in video games and how people
Okay.
can feel that a game could maybe be that spiritual.
And the guy answered basically that
Junction.
That's what we're,
Yeah.
anyways, and then showed that clip. So whatever. But that
Is a weird follow up.
the other thing you were talking about was
Ish.
So they asked him about education. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah. In the film industry, like education matters. Like I remember the day I went to my screenwriting teacher and was like, "Hey, write me a recommendation for."
20th Century
This
Fox.
is
For
Martin
for
Scorsese.
the master's program
Ripping.
at UCLA,
Oh.
and he looks at me like, "Why? Like you're not gonna get a job because you have a master's degree in film or whatever." So I was like, "Cool,
And-
write it for me anyway."
And it was kind of interesting because the panel had.
I get that part, but at one point somebody asked him, "Does
and that's what I wanted
does
to touch
education
on.
matter?" And I think he flat out said no.
Basically,
The one
But
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but
yeah,
it was,
yeah, and he
I'm not sure he meant it probably strictly like that, but word for word,
Right,
it came
right.
out bad.
and that's all. I kind of wanted to touch on it, but you got it.
Okay, all right.
Moving
okay.
on.
So after that, we went and sat on a dinosaur.
We
Great
did.
segue.
We did sit on
that a
dinosaur.
euphemism?
Nope, it's not for the first
It's
time
literal.
ever.
You literally sat on.
There's
it.
They're
the-
back.
Yep.
the they are, and they're at PAX, and they're just standing there. Somebody threw a saddle up on there and said, "Go ahead," and the dinosaur's just like,
We've been
"Whatever."
looking
I
at this
guess.
thing. It's like a huge freaking it's the biggest thing I've seen at PAX.
It is-
maybe since Bethesda's Dragon. For
It probably so okay.
that
So here's
was
a
huge.
so here's
That
Yeah,
was
that was
right.
giant.
yeah.
So you actually to take the photo, you actually climb up 20
The back of it.
To take the photo, you wait in line for
2 hours. Yes.
Yeah.
to climb the thing.
To climb stairs and,
But we had nothing else. Like we were kind of done with games on the floor. We played Record. The only other thing that's kind of tickling us is For Honor, and we're not going to wait in line for that.
Yeah, not
for
at
2
all.
hours. We're going to wait in line for 2 hours to sit
on
on
a dinosaur. Because you know what? You know how often I get to sit on a dinosaur?
every night.
Well, but you know how often I get to take a picture of me sitting on a dinosaur?
Not every night.
Not every night. And I want a dinosaur photo, and I got one.
We
I,
did.
I feel
Yeah,
okay
no.
about it.
I've already heard glowing reviews from my 2 children.
That's fantastic. I'm glad your children are enjoying your
It was
dinosaur
worth it.
adventures. The good dinosaur. Was it?
Your dinosaur sitter.
It was cool though. The dinosaur does put you. You're maybe 20 feet from the ceiling.
It's huge. It's
Oh.
the
Yeah,
biggest.
it's-
Which
it's
it
massive.
when I sat up there, I was like, I actually said to the guy, I was like, man, it would be cool as hell to take a panoramic from up here. And when I got off the dinosaur, he goes, do you still want to take that panoramic? I'm like, well, not right now at this exact moment. And he's like, no. I mean, like, Let me
Because
get.
there will be no other moment.
Yeah, no, he said, let me get a few people up here and I'll bring you back up and you can do it. So he was totally cool with it, and he was like, yeah, come back tomorrow, we'll do it. I actually kind of want to do that. I want to get the panoramic
Yeah,
from
you
him.
should.
Like he'll just walk you up there.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
do the panoramic.
All right.
Oh,
You're
do
gonna
it.
get
And I-
fast track to the front of the line to stand on a dinosaur again? What?
Yeah.
And take a
Take a
panoramic.
And- yeah.
No, let's do
That's
it. And
actually-
then when you get up there, just sit down. I'll take pictures of you and be like, ah, we'll just-
Arc!
It sat on the deck. Yeah, it was for.
It
the
was
game
for Ark.
by the
Yeah,
way.
by the way.
I mean, it's got.
Thanks, I had no
Minor
idea.
Is it
detail.
like,
well,
what game is it for?
Don't worry about
It's
it.
just an attraction, you know? It's like-
Yeah, it's just a dinosaur.
Yeah,
Penny Arcade was like, you know what's cool? Dinosaurs. You know what's even cooler than a dinosaur? A dinosaur.
What?
Yes,
Saddle
but a
on
dinosaur with a saddle on it.
Oh.
What kind of dinosaur was it?
A Dilophosaurus.
Okay, what's the closest stereotypical dinosaur
Brontosaurus.
analog? Okay,
Oh,
there
thank
we
you,
go. Yeah.
All right.
Much easier. No one goes, oh, Dilophosaurus,
It
got
was
you.
a freaking T-Rex. You
Yeah,
weirdo.
it's a T-Rex. I know.
What?
It was
It's a
literally
T-Rex.
called an Arc
Yeah,
Rex
it's
or
a
something
T-Rex.
like that. Yeah.
Dilapidated.
Wow. So you lied to me.
I did. I absolutely.
No,
I've.
thanks, Dad.
Yeah. I've.
If it's a T-Rex, it's actually just a remake for New Vegas.
It's,
just,
it's an
welcome
X-Rex.
back.
They called it an X-Rex.
Wow.
Sex Rex.
So,
First AO title.
Not
on
with those
PAX
tiny
floor.
hands.
God, what are we
And
doing?
then,
What are we doing?
and then we went to. Did we? Oh, we went to another panel. We don't need to talk.
Then
about
we-
that.
He's a
It was-
fantastic
then we went.
moderator.
Then we went to Jimmy
yeah.
John's, and then
You went to Jimmy John's?
we watched some
That's
skaters
interesting.
inside of Seattle or City
Yeah,
Center.
craziest thing.
That was cool, actually.
Like that's some
Bunch of
city
sk-
skating. I
where
wouldn't
at?
think about
inside,
that.
inside of City Center.
Yeah, like down the marble.
you know-
Oh,
you know-
in the
off
US Bank
steps,
Center?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
you know where those escalators are, right in the front of City
Yeah.
Center right here. There were dudes just trying to do kickflips off the things.
tight.
It was no,
Wow.
it was we
Yeah,
actually
it
we
was
were
crazy.
walking back. We were like, all right, we're just gonna watch
is
this.
this
for a
a
minute.
thing? Like they're not supposed to. I was like, oh, okay, so this is normal, but like it was just so weird in that context. I'm like, oh, they've been hired to do this for the people down here for a while.
No, they're just assholes, which is great.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, no, they're just-
Yeah.
guerrilla, yeah,
Just
that's
having
how-
fun.
Public
that's how it's
skating.
done.
And of course, you know what they had with them.
A GoPro?
No, the dude actually had a quality camera with him. He had like
Oh,
a
there was some dude at the bottom.
he had a
Oh,
legit
nice.
camera with him.
They had a
like
videographer with them.
Yeah.
Actually, that happens a lot in Seattle.
Oh, it does.
Randomly,
Yeah,
it's like,
it
always
oh,
has.
why do you have this very
I
fancy
just-
camera that
and
you're
and
just
I've and
shooting
for all those years
failed tricks?
I saw it all the time. Never saw it inside the City Center.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kind of cool. It was really funny because at the end, one guy goes. They're like somebody told him to get out, so one guy jumps, does a kickflip, perfect landing right out the door because somebody opened the door.
Oh,
for him.
he came back though. I think
Did-
one of his.
Did he come back in?
buddies told him.
Nice.
Second guy goes. He did a weaker trick. Like a ball
was
board.
another-
Did you yell that at him?
Weaker trick.
Weaker
Nice
trick.
follow up.
I gotta go. I'm with my Jimmy John's.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
and
you're
then
eating your sandwich.
I'm like I could do that.
Throw your sandwich at him.
So second dude goes.
Not even close.
Second dude goes, lands it, gone. Third guy goes, fucking biffs it, falls right on his like, yep, and that's when we turned around and walked away. We're like,
all right.
oh,
Show's
2 out of
over.
3
I
ain't
like that
bad.
there was a nice like decline in quality.
I actually, I think
It's
I
like,
said out
that's the way to
loud,
set people
I don't know
up.
how loud I said it, but I'm pretty sure I said he meatloafed it.
Ooh.
And then we went to our meetup at the Pine Box, where we met these two lovely ladies.
Oh, when did that happen?
And a few others.
Cute gentlemen. It's a joke. We Josh. We kid.
We do. We kid.
We
We're PAX chatting.
And Josh,
feel like I got
if you're
rats.
around, thank you. If you're still around, if you didn't die on the way home, I guess. I don't know.
If you,
Josh,
if you're
Corey,
if,
great.
if
Corey,
you're
it was
still
cool to meet you.
alive,
Well, who else was there?
Corey was there and she was cool.
Yeah, we met some people.
And-
bunch of
We-
random people.
Chris was super
Yeah,
cool.
there
That
was-
guy
there were a
Chris was
bunch of
super
They
cool.
had a
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
There were plates involved for
There were
those people.
charcuterie.
Charcuterie plates
We're a huge fan of charcuterie around here.
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
were
It's-
savored by two
So like crew
groups
bags.
that were forced to hang out.
And eat charcuterie.
We
Yeah.
had like an
It's a
8
bonding
top and
We had a 10 top.
We kind of figured, was it 10? Okay.
Yeah.
We figured it might not fill up, so some nice fellow Paxers came along and said, "Hey, can we?"
And ended
sit?"
up-
And we're like, "Yeah."
They were our best
And
friends.
we gave them stickers and buttons,
And they took them.
and they did not. They left, and they were all still on the table, and I took them back.
Actually, you know what? The one guy that was right next
They
to
took
Josh,
some,
he
yeah,
actually put
yeah.
the sticker of my face and put it on his
Yeah,
wallet.
this-
and he said specifically, "I'm doing this so that your face is on my ass." Like that was gonna insult me. Like, come on, man. You know what
It
the
didn't
best?
need to be the sticker. It's
Yeah.
why you're
Exactly.
like, oh, that's
no,
really good.
but here's the best part. You still have my face on your ass, idiot.
These are the stickers. We haven't tweeted these out. If you want
We
any,
can
they'll get to
ruin
you.
that guy's life with the information he gave us.
They
I'm
came out
hoping.
real great.
Yeah.
Our faces are stickers.
Yeah.
That's where that came from.
And the
Oh,
stickers.
they're so fun. I like it. He's like, it looks like he's pursing his lips.
I am.
Yeah.
Actually,
Are
in
you?
fact,
It's not
am.
just your mustache.
No,
It's just-
I'm.
Wait. Okay. Turn. Now, don't purse your lips. It still looks kind of like you're pursing your lips, but
I do have full, beautiful lips. My big brown, beautiful lips.
You got soup coolers?
Okay.
oh, the power comes
So-
right. The power comes right.
Somebody get me some maple syrup right now.
So thanks for
Please.
hanging out. Anybody who came to the meetup, anybody who's here right now, anybody who watched this, listening to this. We will be back for one more night tomorrow
With Sean.
This guy will be here again. We're gonna have
Why did I do
live
that?
performance of the theme song.
Oh, what?
Stay tuned.
Now you're locked in for that.
Locked in.
No
And you know what?
pressure.
You know what? Slated in.
We're gonna be on the PAX floor also for one more day. I got an appointment with PlayStation VR.
Piss VR.
So we'll talk about that. Other than that, I don't know. I think
PSVR.
we're gonna try Rock
Yeah, I
Band
got
in the
it.
morning,
Did you?
Probably.
which we
Yeah.
played. Rock Band Rivals is at the show, but we'll have a video maybe. Matt doesn't want to play.
Is it
Yeah.
like Steven Adler versus Slash? Is that the whole thing?
Only
Wow.
one of them can't actually play their instrument
Yeah,
anymore.
no, you should see the sign. They're like pre-order and you get these songs for free, and it's like,
Oh my god, it's
whoa,
like there's a reason.
Do not
Can-
pre-order.
How do I not? How do I reverse pre-order? Can I return my copy of the game?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's bad. The songs
So
are not
that'll
great.
be great.
Oh,
Wow.
Do you have any examples of the great songs?
No.
Bring Me the Horizon
Also,
is a band.
we're too old
Great.
to know what
That's
any of
number
them are.
one, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah, they sound really
Oh, great.
good.
So it's a bunch of
can't be.
material from like the past 5
Yeah, it's like
5
falling
minutes.
in reverse.
What? 5 minutes?
Yeah. Actually, that's probably accurate. I'm willing to bet Falling in Reverse is in it. I should ask Daisy. She'll probably like it.
Yeah.
Lord.
Go
So they got all
ask
the songs from the
Alexandria.
Spotify playlist.
Very possibly.
Got it.
So, bye bye.